The Montreal Screwjob. Was you there for that?
Yeah, I was.
How was that backstage afterwards?
Tense.
Bad.
Very tense.
Did they talk backstage afterwards?
So it happens. The screw job happens. We're all not Vince yet. Not Vince and his guys are not there yet, but we're in the dressing room. And
Vince and Briscoe and
yeah, they're not there yet.
Okay.
But I'm in the dressing room with Bret and Hart, Davey Boy, Sean's there, I'm there. You know, they're kind of chirping back and forth, and it's, you know, there's just a lot.
Bret was probably pissed at Sean.
Oh yeah. He totally, you know, he totally believed that Sean was, you know, part of it. And like I was like, oh, man, this is bad. So I get up and like I go to get Vince. So like Vince has got to, you know, he's got to do something.
He needs to smooth this over.
Yeah, there's got to be some explanations. We got to have this. Well, so I get up and I go out of the dressing room, and I was probably 20 feet, and Vince was already on his way, and he's got Bruce and Shane and Patterson and Briscoe are with him. So I go back, and then I throw everybody out of the dressing room that really wasn't part of Team Bret.
So you're the mediator at this point.
Sort of, yeah. So there was a bunch of people like that didn't need to be in there for whatever was about to happen. Right. So I made everybody else leave, got them out of the dressing room. So again, there's Bret and Davey Boy, and Neidhart. Sean is sitting down there, and then Vince and his guys come and sit across the way from where Bret was.
He was keeping his distance.
Well, he just, you know, and then he started explaining it. I went and sat right next to Sean. And, you know, they're going back and forth, and, you know, Vince is trying to explain, you know, why he had to do it. And Bret's very nonchalant. He's getting undressed, and he's explaining to Vince that, you know, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to get dressed, and if you're here, I'm going to knock you out. Just wasn't screaming. It was just very matter of fact. This is what's going to happen.
Very like Stu Hardish.
Yeah. And so they're kind of going back and forth. And then I remember Sean trying to pipe in a little bit, and I just reached over and I grabbed his leg, and I was just like, no,
don't push it right now.
No, just.
Now, at that time, were you and Sean on good terms, or y'all still kind of?
We're still. I mean, we're better than we were, but we're still not. We're not anywhere close.
You're not buddy buddies.
Yeah, we're not buddy buddies by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. So, but I just kind of gradually said, "No, you might just want to just sit here and chill."
Yeah,
because he wasn't the focus of this, right? It was Vince.
He didn't need to be the focus.
Yeah, he didn't need to. Yeah. He didn't need to do it. And of course, when you get all caught up in it, you want to defend yourself, or you want to whatever. And
so you don't think Sean knew about it?
No, Sean knew about it.
Yeah.
No, he definitely knew about it. But I'm just saying
were Sean and Bret friends going into that?
Well, no, they had already had issues.
Yeah,
they had issues over some. You know, they were. Yeah, no, they were.
Should he have probably, though, before they went out, said, "Hey, here's what's going to happen." You don't do that.
Well, so Bret didn't want to drop the title. Bret was going to be on the next night. He was going to WCW. Right. Yeah. Bret didn't want to go to. He didn't want to leave WWE. He kind of got his hand forced. And but the thing is he didn't want to drop the belt. He didn't want to drop the belt to Sean. He had his reasons. You can go back and tell you all the details of what was said.
Did it stem from the Iron Man the Iron Man match?
Well, it stemmed from just two egos that didn't really get along well.
Which was an amazing match, by the way.
Yeah, it was
the hour-long match.
Those guys, man.
Those two guys together in a ring.
Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, both of them. They could have great matches with broomsticks, and you'd be entertained.
Right.
But there was a lot of animosity already coming into it, and I think at one point Bret was going to drop it, but then he decided that he wasn't going to drop it to Sean. And you just couldn't let Bret leave with the WWE title and show up
going to WCW.
Show up on their show with our title. You just couldn't do it. So that's why the screw job happened. They had to get the title off of Bret.
Because I mean, it was a war back then.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're already
War,
we're in it at that point.
And you've already dealt with the women's title being dumped in the trash can and everything else.
Yeah, Alundra Blaze goes over, takes the women's WWE, drops it in the trash can on there. So yeah, you couldn't let the WWE title go to WCW and let whatever they would do. It was just it hurt me because at that point I'm really good friends with Bret, and there's nobody that I'd ever rather work than Shawn, right? It's really an unfortunate situation. It just kind of circumstances led us to that point, and a really tough decision had to be made. And
when he came out of the shower, was Vince gone?
No.
He stayed?
Oh no, he stayed. Yeah,
but it never hit a boiling point.
No, it did.
Oh, it did.
It did.
Yeah, Bret got up. Once he got dressed, he got up, just started walking across the dressing room. Everybody kind of stood up, and he launched a punch that I have no idea how it got through all these people. Hit Vince right in the temple, and Vince went down. That was it. I don't know how. I don't know how it got through. I have no idea how that punch got through, but it did. It was
divine intervention. The Lord knew Vince needed punch.
It happened, man. It hit him, and he went down like a ton of bricks, man.
The Lord knew,
and I was like, oh,
it really happened.
It did. It just wow.
I mean, he told him what was going to happen.
He told him. He matter of factly told him that I'm going to punch you and knock you out, and then I'm going to leave, and that's exactly what he did.
And Bret spit on Vince leaving the ring, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's in the ring, yeah.
He broke some, I don't know, $10,000 monitors at the time.
Yeah.
Which was
that whole scene.
That was those little bitty TVs that would stick up out of the announce booth.
Yeah, they didn't give those away, especially back then. They were,
those were pretty.
The budget wasn't quite what it is now.